You copied Birdman! So, you copied Birdman in SinsSins?
Copy of the Birdman!
The Birdman!
You wanna be Birdman?
Birdman 2.0. Stop copying the Birdman.
Didn't Birdman do this already?
You are faking Birdman!
Th3Birdman ripoff!
Hi, I'm unoriginal Birdman clone Exci, and I'm here today to do something. I don't really know. I don't really know what. Today you've got me in my coat because it's really cold in my room. I don't know why. That's a lie. I know exactly why it's cold. It's because it's January, I'm in Scotland, and my radiator at the moment is just kind of like, no, fuck you. For those unfamiliar, the Birdman is a YouTuber with around 37,000 subscribers, known for, among other things, making videos in which he responds to SinsSins videos using their own format.
Jesus Christ, in addition to a full 46 seconds of logos, DC is now turning to a Marvel-style showpiece that checks all their characters. And if that weren't bad enough, they have the balls to include fucking Green Lantern.
For the time being, I'm going to ignore the annoying-ass X seconds of logos thing to point out that, yes, they should include Green Lantern, considering this logo isn't meant to represent the characters in the film, but the characters of the comics. Notice Aquaman is wearing his classic costume from the comics? That should have tipped you off.
The Birdman has made 39 videos of this nature, but beyond that also does things like Let's Plays, Q&As, and film discussions. He's also pretty good, you should go check him out. If you want. My personal recommendation would be his Winter Soldier video. His series on SinsSins does produce most of his most popular videos though. The first of which was a response to SinsSins video Everything Wrong with Blade Runner 2049, a video he released on the 9th of March 2018. Enter me with my channel, which is known for, among other things, making videos in which I respond to SinsSins using their own format.
Bucky.
That's not a sin. That's what Cap spends his spare time doing. Jeremy must learn the difference between what Cap spends his spare time doing and sins. That series is even responsible for the naming of my channel, SinsSins. Apparently, when I started the series, I thought, is it a possibility that I'll ever want to do anything else in my YouTube career? And the answer to that was no, apparently. While some of my most well-known videos aren't a part of this series, my series on SinsSins is the series I've made most episodes of, with there currently being over 100 videos to its name. The first video I made in this series was a response to SinsSins video on iRobot. It was basically my first ever experience making videos properly, so it's really badly edited, and my narration is like way off. I sound really weird in this video. Please note that here at SinsSins, we don't own any of these clips. These clips are being used for both parody and review. Please don't sue us. Why are you making yourself sound so English? That's not how you speak. Please note that we here at SinsSins don't own any of these clips. I can't even do the voice anymore. What the fuck? Also, for like most of the video, I sound like I'm trying really hard to be quiet. Like there's someone in the room sleeping with me. That's not how I was trying to phrase that. For like most of the video, I sound like I'm trying really hard to be quiet. Like there's someone sleeping in the room with me and I'm trying not to wake them up. There's not. I don't know why I sound like that. Neither Jeremy or any of these Gen 1 synths knocking about the place have noticed that Piper is casually here leaning against a pillar. Speak up, my dude! Or actually don't, because then people will hear the words you're saying better, and the script for this really wasn't that good. On the first day I released it, it was seen by like 12 people, which is probably for the best. Now it has like 9,000 views, but then, it really, no one saw it. And like 4 people commented on it. It has more comments now, but at the time, yeah, there was no engagement on this video. Probably because it's bad. I didn't even rewatch the movie in preparation for writing this video. In fact, I scripted it, recorded it, edited it, and then uploaded it all on the same day. Which, by the way, that day was the 1st of December, 2016. Apparently, I'm so fast at ripping people off that I managed to release my first episode over a year in advance of the Birdman's first one. You wanna be Birdman? Stop copying Birdman! Yeah, I think when confronted with all of the available information, it would be pretty hard for anyone to really argue that I ripped off the Birdman, given that I have been making the series that I am being accused of ripping off from him for a year longer than he has. Good. And the point of this video is basically just to clear that up for people who seem to be confused. I'm not gonna go ahead and accuse the Birdman of ripping me off either, because I know that people can sometimes just have the same idea independently. Plus, the style in which he makes his videos is very different to mine. He has a very different approach to the series. The fact that we're both talking about the same thing in the same way doesn't mean that we're the same. I think he's a little more analytical than I am, and his humor is very different. But when I went on Twitter to let the Birdman know that this was happening, he didn't respond because I didn't give him enough time to respond before I had to edit this. Now, as much as I love being told off for things that I haven't done, and people have just decided I've done without being bothered to check if I have, the thing that actually gets to me, like, I don't care about that. The thing that actually gets to me is the fact that I went through a load of Birdman's comment sections and did Control F with my own name to see if anyone was accusing him of ripping me off. And there isn't anyone doing that. Why the fuck am I the only one getting it? I started it before him. I don't think either of us should be getting it. But if only one of us was getting it, I think it would be fairly safe to say that it should be him. I want to make it abundantly clear that I'm not accusing him of ripping me off. I'm just perplexed by these people and why they're doing this in the way that they are. In fact, he's told me that in the early days of his channel, he specifically avoided watching any of my videos as to avoid letting it influence his content. He's doing completely his own thing. I'm just genuinely curious why so many people seem to have just assumed that I started doing this after him, even though there's no evidence. In fact, there is evidence. There is evidence that that's not true. And I just want to know what it is about both our channels that makes people assume I came second. On top of that, by the way, the comments I showed at the beginning, that wasn't all the comments I've received. That's just all of the comments that haven't been deleted by the people who posted them. Because generally, when I get these comments, I just let people know that actually I've been doing this longer than the Birdman, and a lot of people's response to that is to delete their comment. And a few of them have been really fucking rude. I say a few, just like one. A few have been deleted, there was one really rude one. Basically along the lines of, hey, you're a fucking Birdman ripoff, fuck you, stop making content, you fucking unoriginal hack. And that makes me unhappy. That's rude, man. A lot of the comments from the start are stuff just like saying, hey, Birdman 2.0, and that's fine. I mean, it's wrong, but it's fine. Just don't be rude. I actually feel really bad that I can't show you the really rude comment, because I never got a screen cap of it, or if I did, I can't find it in my files. And it's actually the comment that inspired this entire video. I received it while I was on holiday over Christmas, so I couldn't make the video then, and now that I'm ready to make the video, it's fucking gone! That's so sad. One other thing I want to bring up, just because it's really strange to me, is that I don't understand why I'm being accused of being specifically a Birdman ripoff, when the Birdman is the only channel who does the same thing I do, who started doing it since after I have. Or rather the only channel I'm aware of who started doing the same thing I do after I started doing it. No, actually there is one. There's like a straight up clone of me who just like took my format and branding and used it. Which I'm fine with, by the way, I don't care. In fact, I actually find it kind of flattering. But there are two very big channels who have been criticizing SinsSins in the same way since long before I started doing it, and those channels are Sean and Bob's Vids. And despite the fact that I started doing the same thing that they do, after they started doing it, I've never been accused of ripping them off. And that's just sort of really weird to me. But that's really everything I have to say on this topic. This has been really more of a shitpost than a normal video. I decided to make this the video I made today because I didn't really have very long to make today's video after I came back from my holiday, so I decided to make something that didn't need a huge amount of research or anything. Let me know if you've enjoyed this style of content. It is quite new for this channel. I don't think I've really done anything quite like this before. Other than that, hope you have enjoyed. If you have, as always, there are some links on screen now to some more of my content. There's a playlist of my Q&A series, a playlist of the series that is most similar to this one, SinsSins Sundays, and a video that's been picked by YouTube's algorithms just for you. Plus, there's also a link to the Birdman's channel, because you should go check him out if you haven't done so already. I'll see you on Sunday. Goodbye.